Everybody dies. Some just need a little help. In this case, the one getting helped is me. At least, if you first look at the changes in 6.11 and have the changes on the PBE for 6.12, you'd imagine I was getting gutted. And that's what the response has been by some people. But allow me in this video to try and explain those changes, explain the reason why those changes are also going down, and what this means for the future going forward for us. First, I'll explain the 6.11 changes that just went down in their own words. So, Q and W range are down, Q ratio is down. Way back in 2014, they set out to make me the skirmiest marksman in League. I excel at short-range fights through combat mobility, spell weaving, and chucking enemies with lightsaber procs as I dart across the battlefield. As an in-your-face marksman, I need to put myself in harm's way more than my compatriots to succeed. But even that level of risk doesn't justify my current dominance. Lucian's coarse quarter identity falls apart when I can rely on mid-range poke for the brunt of my interaction with enemies. So they're trimming a bit of the safety off my kit to ensure my success is tied to engaging with and outmaneuvering my opponents. So what they did is they did a bug fix on my passive, so it no longer can proc Renown's Hurricane or Rage Blade, since it's not a basic attack. They also trimmed the range on both my Q and my W Piercing Lagnard blades, as well as adjusting the ratios down on Piercing Light. Now, the PBE changes so far, one of them was the shot damage has been lowered on the color, the ultimate R. 15, 30, 45 from 20, 35, 50. But initially, each shot could potentially crit for 150 damage. This was to counteract the Korean Lucian build and encourage more crit-based builds to come out. Little did they know, a lot of people did sometimes sneak in Phantom Dancer in there, in the Korean build. So, that might not have helped anyway, because later on they decided to revert that change. But what they're also planning on doing is reducing the attack speed from 1.5 from 3.3. And the second shot of my passive can no longer critically strike even. This is what led many people to believe it's a gun, but allow me to explain why my dominance is such a problem right now. Right now my win rate, because of the Korean build and other, is suppressing a lot of other AD carries' win rates as well. Are they in a bad spot or not? Some we just don't know. Gypsy Lord, for example, wanted to mention the fact that they buffed Jinx in 6.10. And what he's thinking is they might have overbuffed her and she might be compensating nerfs. But because of me and how out of control I am, we can't even tell that from her data because her win rate did not go up that much. But it didn't also go down. Most AD carries' win rates are being suppressed and go down. Hers and several others did not, so they're on the radar. But they can't get accurate data if that means they need to be nerfed as well. So the problem is, I'm too easy to blind pick into most scenarios. You wouldn't blind pick a Jinx, for example, first picker, because the enemy might draft an entire team to kill her, and that might be really hard for low mobility. Because of my mobility, combined with my cooldowns, it's very safe to blind pick me early, if need be, into various lanes, into Callista, into Vayne, into Caitlyn even. And because of that safety, combined also with this Korean build, which is Ghost Blade, and the Black Cleaver, which provides me with a bunch of movement speed, as well as my cooldowns by a cheaper power spike, as it's less expensive, it just makes it hard to do anything for other carries until they reel me in first. Because the identity they want to set is me as a duelist, but with short range as well, and that just isn't the case right now, when several of my abilities exceed 1000 range. My ult, for example, is very poke heavy, that I can go into poke comps very well, unlike a Silver or Vayne. So the idea right now is that they have to eventually, they aim to the conclusion, they have to gut me. But the idea, according to Gypsy Lord once again, was that there will be compensating buffs at some point, but they need to put me in a spot where they can buff my strengths without me being out of control, because unfortunately my history is either I'm ridiculously powerful or I'm trash. So they have to put me in a spot where they can then build on my strengths, so that I can be in a place where they can buff my strengths without it being crazy, as well as nerfing my weaknesses if I get out of control without it being such a gun. So I have to come to this conclusion to do so. So it does look rough for this patch, maybe the next patch, and maybe the following patch. But eventually at the end of the day, that thematic fantasy will be able to be a duelist at a short range, that will be able to rely on my spell weaving to get things done. In a spot where they can buff and nerf accordingly, both myself and other AD carries depending on the meta. So hopefully I cleared up any confusion on why this is exactly going down. It's not necessarily just because of the Korean Lucian build. It's not necessarily just because my Winrate is suppressing other AD carries Winrate, but it's a combination of all the aspects that we talked about in this video. So hopefully, it helped out. We will be back one day. Thank you for watching.